When the Martinez family bought the house of their dreams, they didn't realize they were stepping into a nightmare that would tear them apart. Or worse, keep them trapped forever. The house was picture perfect. A sprawling Victorian manor with ivy-covered walls and a garden big enough for their kids to play in. It felt too good to be true. And it was. From the first night, strange things began to happen. Emily, the youngest, woke up screaming, claiming someone was whispering her name. Their dog, Max, who had always been friendly, refused to enter the living room, growling at empty air. One evening, while unpacking, Mr. Martinez found a hidden compartment under the stairs. Inside was an old, dusty porcelain doll and a bundle of faded letters tied with a black ribbon. The letters spoke of a family tragedy, the death of a little girl named Annabelle. Her parents had locked her away, believing she was possessed, and she died in that very house. That night, Emily came into their bedroom, clutching the doll. Her voice was eerily calm. "She likes me. She says we can stay. Forever." The activity escalated quickly. Doors slammed shut, lights flickered, and eerie laughter echoed through the halls. Emily became withdrawn, speaking to someone no one else could see. The family started to unravel under the pressure. Mrs. Martinez found bruises on her arms that she couldn't explain. Mr. Martinez saw a figure in the kitchen mirror that disappeared when he turned around. And Emily began drawing pictures of a dark, faceless figure towering over the house. They called Evelyn Cross, a paranormal investigator with a reputation for solving impossible cases. Evelyn arrived with her team and equipment, but even she looked uneasy as she stepped inside. "This isn't just a haunting," Evelyn warned. "This is a curse, and it's feeding on your fear." During a séance to communicate with Annabelle's spirit, the room turned icy cold. Emily screamed, her voice not her own. A deep, guttural laugh filled the room as the doll burst into flames without anyone touching it. Evelyn shouted instructions, drawing a protective circle around the family. Shadows writhed on the walls, forming the shape of a monstrous entity. It was no longer Annabelle's spirit. It was something far darker, bound to the house for centuries. The entity spoke through Emily, mocking them. "You think love will save you? Love brought you here, and love will keep you." Mr. Martinez, trembling but determined, read from an ancient prayer Evelyn provided. The house shook violently, glass shattering everywhere. Just as it seemed the entity would consume them, Emily broke free from its grip, crying, "Leave us alone." Her pure, innocent plea weakened the entity, giving Evelyn the chance to banish it. The house fell silent, but the walls bore deep, claw-like scratches, a warning of what had been. The family decided to leave immediately, abandoning the house and everything in it. Months later, they thought they were safe, finally piecing their lives back together. But one evening, as Mrs. Martinez tucked Emily into bed, she noticed something chilling. Sitting on Emily's bedside table was the porcelain doll they had left behind. Its cracked face seemed to smile as Emily whispered, "She's back." What would you do if your worst nightmare followed you home? Tell us your thoughts in the comments below. If this story made your heart race, like and share it with your fellow horror fans. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications for more stories that'll keep you up at night.